So, I've just got finished watching 13, directed by Catherine Hardwicke, who also directed Twilight.
Hardwicke?
The basic plot of 13 is about this girl called Tracy, and she seems like a pretty standard American teenager, and she goes about her day, and she's not one of the popular kids, shall we say. She's more of the underlying, gets on with her work and gets good grades type of girl. And she has this sort of, I would say, desire or wish to become more popular, and as she starts to be judged by the more sort of popular girls for her appearance and her clothing and her all-round demeanour.
I can feel you looking at me.
So she goes home, throws out all her clothes and all of her teddy bears and her dolls and everything like that relates to her past sort of childish life. And this stage is the stage in a teenager's life where they progress from being a child to a young adult. And this is what we witness with Tracy in this film, 13. So after she's thrown away all her clothes, she begs her mum to go and buy her some new clothes, and she buys this top and she goes to school in it the next day, and she meets this popular girl that is idolised by the whole school, and she's seen as the popular one. And the girl compliments her on her top. We later find out, we don't later find out, we already know her name, don't we? This girl is Evie, and yeah, she's the popular one. And then
yes.
So Tracy and Evie make good friends, and they start to hang around with each other a lot more, and they start to become quite chummy. And this is where there's the turning point in the film. We see Tracy leave behind her old friends and her past life, and she's moved on to a new one. She's now becoming the more popular girl, and we start to see her behaviour influenced more and more by Evie. So Evie starts to get really chummy, a lot goes on, they steal a lot of clothes and money together, and this is really negative on, particularly contrasting to Tracy's past life, and even her friends and her mum can see a real change in her. And it goes on, the film goes on with pretty much the same thing. They start taking like gateway drugs and all this type of stuff, and it gets to a point where Tracy's she's been cast away by Evie. Evie's had her fun with Tracy, and she's kind of moving on with new people, and Tracy doesn't really like this. Tracy's mum finds out about all the bad stuff that's been going on, because since Tracy and Evie's relationships have been deteriorating, Evie seems to want to find a way to get back at Tracy, and she tells her mum, Evie tells Tracy's mum everything that's happened, everything they've done together. Cinematography was by Elliot Davis, who also was the cinematographer for Twilight and such other films as Legally Blonde 2, I believe. You can tell in the film 13 that the cinematography and the shot types are a little bit different from mainstream films.
Summary of the filmmaking style would suggest how it's different.
I'm tasked with the summary of the filmmaking style, particularly in contrast to mainstream films and production companies. 13 was produced under Working Title Films, the production company, so not really one of the big players in the game, but it was distributed under Fox, so there is that sort of that link there. There's